Today we're going to be talking about what's new inside of Adobe Stock. So let me get my chat window open here so I can see your comments. And I can see people piling in already. Welcome everyone. Alrighty. Good. So hello, welcome everyone from all over the world. I see people coming in from various parts of the globe. So I'll give you like 10 seconds to get in while I explain a little bit about what we're going to be doing today. So in case you weren't aware, this week Adobe Stock got some new content, some new features, some new things that will make it easier for people that use stock content. Hey Jamie, how are you? With that said, I'm pretty excited about what's going on. Not so much, I mean, I like content, don't get me wrong, but I'm a photographer, so I'm more of a contributor to Adobe Stock than I am a licensor of Adobe Stock. But I do use Adobe Stock, especially in my presentations, my blog posts, things like that. So searching for stock has always been the Achilles heel of any stock photography or stock content site. The better results you get quicker, the easier and better it is for everyone to use stock content and for your stock content, if you're a contributor, to be found. Like I said, we won't be talking about so much the contributor part of it today. We're going to be talking about the people that are actually searching for stock, those features that got implemented this week. So it looks like we got a nice quorum in here today. Hello, Robert. Hello, Renee. Hello, Victoria. Hello, Jamie. And hello, anyone else that I didn't see by name. Welcome, everyone. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to pop over to my computer so you guys can see what I'm doing. And right now, I'm on just the regular stock page. I'm on stock.adobe.com. And of course, that's where you can go to get started, to find content, to buy credits if you want to be able to license the content. And of course, if you want to be a contributor, you can always click the Sell button in the upper right-hand corner to sign up to become a contributor. So this site basically serves all stock needs. Now, what's new? Well, when we acquired Fotolia, we started with their collection of images and videos and content. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was around 35 or 45 million pieces of content. We're now, in just a couple short years, we're now over 90 million pieces of content of our own. And we're adding more content by the tens of thousands or millions daily. No, not millions daily, but a lot daily. Sometimes we add millions daily when we acquire a partner or partnership with another company. And that's exactly what happened this week. So up until this week, if you were using Adobe Stock, you were looking for images, or you were looking at images of people you didn't know and places you didn't necessarily know. And that's what stock content is. If you're looking for a picture of a person standing in a fishing boat, chances are you aren't going to know who that person is. You're just going to find people standing in a fishing boat and you're going to pick the best one and use it. However, there's a whole nother side of stock content called editorial content. Those are people you know, celebrities, public figures, politicians, musicians, whoever it is that might be in the public eye. Those would be considered editorial content. And of course, the rules of use are different. So if I'm looking for an image to put on a brochure to market my business, then chances are I'm going to just find a regular stock image. If I'm looking for an image to market my business, I can't use an image of Brad Pitt or Denzel Washington. I have to actually use regular stock. Editorial, on the other hand, is just for that. It's for people doing news stories or people doing stories that aren't for profit, things that are not promoting a business or a site or something like that. So editorial content is now a part of Adobe Stock. So you have your choice to search for either one. Let me show you in the upper left corner here. You can see the tabs, and those tabs continue to grow. So we started with images and videos. Then we added templates in 3D. Then we added the premium collection. And the premium collection are those images that are phenomenal. They don't necessarily look like stock images. They look like the best of the best. And now we have the new editorial tab. So the editorial tab, when I click on it, will take me to news stories, or I'm sorry, not necessarily news stories, but it'll take me to content that was just captured, maybe that's part of a current news story, politics, migrant crisis, people in the news, North Korea, so forth and so on. So I don't have to start there. I can actually just go ahead and type in a search. So if I was looking for an image of, let's say, Muhammad Ali, I can see his name pop up there. Then I can go ahead and do a search, and it will start finding images of Muhammad Ali. And I could narrow it down and put in more words, but you get the idea. These are images that I can license for editorial use, but not for commercial purposes. So that's the way it would work from the website. Now, what else is new while we're here, before I go into one of the products, is also in the premium. Oh, by the way, let's talk about where this editorial content's coming from. We've licensed a catalog from Reuters, and Reuters has licensed us, I'm just looking at the numbers over there, 12 million images from Reuters to start. And of course, this collection will grow. And 300,000 video clips. So 12 million new images for editorial use, and of course 300,000 video clips for editorial use. USA Today has also given us sports images. They do over 10,000 events a year and 500K images per year, so 500,000 images. We also have images from USA Today Sports. Now, in terms of the premium collection, we've added on Stocksy. So Stocksy has licensed to us 400,000 of their premium images. So if you're looking for that best of the best content that you kind of won't find anywhere else, you would come to the premium collection to do that. And of course, these can be used for commercial use. So new again, editorial, and new again, more in the premium collections. All right, so now how would I use, let's say, an editorial image? Let's pop over to Adobe InDesign. And in Adobe InDesign, we lost one of the greats this week, Adam West, the childhood hero of mine, playing Batman, of course. When I was a kid, I used to watch Batman on television on my little black and white, no, never mind. Anyway, Adam West, let's say you were doing a story about his life. That would be a great use for editorial content. So I need some images that I'm allowed to use of Adam West, and there's no better place to search for them now than Adobe Stock, because I'm already here in InDesign. I've already got my layout started. I got the story started. Now I just need a couple of images. So all I'd have to do is go over to my CC Libraries panel, and in the Libraries panel, I can go ahead and type in Adam West, and notice that in the results, I can check off that I'm looking for editorial content. This is not just the standard, maybe someone got a selfie with Adam West, or actually that probably wouldn't even be there as well. But I've got a couple shots here. I love that one. And I saw one earlier that I like these two. So let's say I'm going to use this one of him smiling as the first one. So I can just drag that over and pop that right in. Now I haven't licensed that image yet. That's just a preview. I can kind of decide, maybe let my editor see it and see if this is the one we really want to license. And of course, I love the one of him next to the Batmobile. So I can go ahead and just bring that in, and now I've got my two images ready to go. So now I can make a PDF of this, a proof of this, show it to my editor, say, hey, are these the images we want to go with? Editor says, oh yeah, those are great, use those. Editors always say that first time, right? I can then license that image or those images directly from the canvas here inside of InDesign. So if I choose to license it, I can just go ahead and click, and I would go through the process of licensing these images to use. So it would take me to my Adobe Stock credits. It would let me pick the size that I want, because of course size matters. So the lower resolution ones would be cheaper, the bigger ones would be more expensive. So let's say I just need a small one for now. I'm going to click small, and for me to license that image for this use, it would be $49.99. All right, so editorial use only, and I could go and find all the rules of what I can and can't do with that. That's what this link is for. So I would do that for both of those images, and I would have my editorial use of Adam West's image for my story about Adam West, not commercial story, my story, and that's how That's how the editorial content works. All right, so let's go ahead and switch back over to the website. And I'm going to go back to the images because, if you're not really writing editorial pieces, and it probably doesn't really mean much to you. Let's go talk about some things that will mean something to you, people that are just using stock in general. So I've got Adobe Stock, I'm on the regular images page, and maybe I need an image for a blog post. So let's say summer's almost here, and I want to write, or I want to make it, I need an image for a nice summer day. So I'm just going to type in summer day as I normally would. And now, as soon as I hit return, that'll start finding me results of summer day. Now, of course, it's going to find me all kinds of images that have to do with summer. As I scroll down, I would be able to see what's what. And if I like one, I can download the preview of it. I can also sync the preview of it to one of my libraries, or I can go ahead and license it right off the bat. Okay, that's the way stock has always worked. And you would do a find, and hopefully after page after page after page, or maybe it's on the first page, but you'd find an image. What's new for Adobe Stock? A couple of things. First of all, the results just in general will always be better now than they were a week ago, because we're using more artificial intelligence, Adobe Sensei, to deliver better results, just better results in general. So that by the time you get to page 100, it's still relevant. You notice how you do a Google search and the first few pages are kind of what you search for, and then by the time you get to the 5th or 6th page, you're like, what's this have to do with what I searched for? That's not the case anymore with Adobe Stock anyway, is that once you do a search, the images are more relevant to what you search for all the way through the results. So you don't get to like the last page and you're like, has nothing to do with summer, has nothing to do with day, it's a night in the winter. So no, you don't find anything like that. All right, that's one, just better search results. But let's talk about the filters, which I'm really excited about. So if I go to filters, what this allows me to do is really start to narrow down what I'm looking for. So maybe I'm just looking for photos. Let's do that. All right, so now that will get rid of all the vectors and just show me photos. Okay, we could do that before. Of course, I have the ability to, it defaults to hiding editorial content, which is good because I'm not looking for editorial content, looking for regular images. I can also specify I'm looking for a particular kind of image layout. So I'm putting this in a horizontal layout, then I don't want to find vertical images. So I could narrow it down that way. But now we get into some of the new filters, and these are in beta. These aren't fully cooked or fully baked yet. But I could, for example, before I get to the filter, those two filters, let me go down to people. Let's say that right now it's just all summer day images. Let's say I'm looking for ones with people in them. So that will quickly go through and find only the images that have people in them, eliminating the ones that don't. Again, great. Or the opposite. I don't want any people in my shots. I can go ahead and just exclude people. The other thing that's kind of cool is, and this is why I wanted to save this for after I turned on for people, for photographers, you know what shallow depth of field is. That means that when the background is more out of focus. Well, now we have the ability to control the search results based on the depth of field. So if I'm looking for a more in-focus background, then I would leave it on the default. If I'm looking for more of an out-of-focus background in most of my results, then I would just drag the slider over to the right. And it will then go through the images and look for more images that have a more shallow depth of field. Like I can see this guy with the camera, you can barely see the trees, they're blurred out. Same thing with the wedding photo here, same thing with this. And again, finding some nice summer day images. And I can, of course, crank that all the way over, and it will then continue to look for images with even a bigger or more shallow depth of field, and especially some of those results that are coming up now. All right, so great. Better depth of field or searching based on depth of field. The next way that I can filter is by color. So right now, it's a choice of just whether the color will be vivid or not. So let's say I'm kind of looking for an image that's going to go more in the background. So I don't really want it to be that bright and shiny. So I can say, give me lower vivid color. And it will find images that are more dull. The background's not as bright. or the image is not as bright. So very cool to be able to do that too. Or I'm looking for some images that really stand out, really pop on the page. Give me some really vivid, colorful images. And as you can see, it narrowed my results down based on those. So I'm going to go ahead and put it back in the middle. Kind of some images that could be bright, some that can't be bright or aren't bright. But this is the one that blew me away the most. That was vivid color, and that's a beta. This one's color. So we can, oh, I twirled it up. Let me twirl it back down. What this allows me to do is match images based on maybe the layout that I'm going to put them in. So let's say I'm looking for images that have a lot of red in them. You know, summer images are probably going to have a lot of green, yellows, and blues, but I'm maybe doing something where it's a hot image or hot layout, and I want red images. So what I can do is just click on the color swatch here, and I can go ahead and drill that up to red, and it will then narrow my search down to red images for a summer day with a shallow depth of field, with people in them, and away I go. Extremely cool to be able to do that. All right, so love, love, love all the filters, and there are more to come. I'm going to let you in a little secret. We aren't done yet. This is just going to keep getting better and better and better for people that are looking for stock images. And of course, the ability to narrow it down based on all of this criteria means you will find more than likely the perfect image every time, as opposed to, oh, I'm tired of scrolling through pages, just go with this one, as sometimes we tend to do. All right, next. This one also blows my mind. Let's say I'm looking for an image. I'm going to hide the filters for a minute here. Let's say I'm looking for an image that's like another image. In other words, like an image I already have. Let me show you this image here. Here's an image that I have, and I don't own the rights to it. I got it from the web. All right, I don't own the rights to use this image. I'm only going to use this image to find images like it. So if I wanted to find images like it that I could use on stock, what would I type in? I don't know where this is. I don't know, lake, rocks, trees. You know, in other words, I'm now trying to guess what might bring up images like this. Wouldn't it be cool if it could just search for images like this based on this image? So let's go ahead and move that out of the way. Go drag that image. So I'm just going to drag the image into the browser window. As soon as I drag it into the browser window, the drag images here to search with an image pops up. So as soon as I drag that in, it uploads that image. It deletes it when it's done. And then it starts, oh, let me clear all the filters, by the way. Let's clear the filters, clear the filters. And then what it should do is, make me start over. I'm going to clear I didn't clear the filters first. Let's try that one more time. All right, let's do that now. Like I said, it deletes it the minute you are done with it. So it didn't remember it after I got rid of everything. Okay, here we go. All right, so it found similar images that kind of match what's going on. I got lake, rocks, trees, mountains in the background, and my choice of what I would be looking for. And of course, I could still now then go apply filters to the results. Maybe, for example, I clicked on an image that I didn't want. Let's go back to the filters. There we go. And let's say right now it's looking for photos and illustrations. I don't want any illustrations. And I'm looking for only horizontal images. And I'm looking for only, and once I've done that, I can only do so many more things. So let's say I want to include people. Let me see what that comes up with. And now it's showing me ones just, because that other one, by the way, had a couple of people very tiny in the bottom of the lake. Well, you know, the bottom of the image, not the bottom. Yeah, anyway, a couple of people that were near the bottom of the image that were swimming in the lake. All right, so anyway, now I'm getting results with people in them. And maybe I've changed my mind and I want to use this like for my Facebook banner. So I can say, give me a panoramic image, a nice wide image. And now I'm getting a nice wide image, again, still with people in it, still little people swimming around. Or I could say, you know what, since it's going to go on my Facebook page, I don't want to put people on here that I don't know, exclude the ones with people. So I can say, just show me the ones without people. And now I can pick a nice one to be my banner for a site or for Facebook or whatever. And now I got some beautiful images to use, don't have people in them, and I can license these and feel good at night that I didn't steal someone's image. All right, so you get the idea. I'm going to clear the filters now, and we're going to do one more thing. We got one more new cool thing to talk about. Presentations. As we know, PowerPoint is the presentation tool of choice by many business people. And I can hear some of you cringing just at the mention of PowerPoint, because designers really hate PowerPoint, because not so much that PowerPoint is not a great tool, they hate the way people use PowerPoint. In other words, all the bad habits, clip art, all the bad things that make you cringe when you hear the word PowerPoint. Too many slides, just text, boring looking. None of that really has anything to do with the product. It really has more to do with the way that people use the product. So for example, if I were doing, or someone's doing a presentation on Man's Best Friend dogs, this is kind of typical PowerPoint we'd see. And this is the kind of thing that makes designers go crazy. It's like, really? You found a clip art image of a dog. Well, at least you cut the background out. Good for you. Or you found one with a transparent background. Great. Yeah, not going to cut it. All right, so what would we do to make that better? Well, we could, first of all, get rid of that. Wouldn't it be nice if we had an actual photograph of a nice dog? And where will we get that from? We don't want to steal anything. We don't want to grab anything from Google. We want to actually license an image. Well, now, for the first time, if you go to the insert in PowerPoint and you've installed the Adobe Stock add-in, you can now search for Adobe Stock right inside of PowerPoint. All right, let me hear it. Hallelujah. Yes, people can actually get good images for their PowerPoint presentations. So I'm going to say, give me dog playing. Oh, hit return. And that will give me a dog playing. All right, I got lots of dogs playing. Or, you know what? I like the other results I was getting better. Let's say we want to use happy dog. All right, let's do happy dog instead. All right, so that'll give me some nice happy dogs there. That's cool. That was the one I was looking for. That was kind of cool. I like this one. And once I click on an image, if that's an image maybe I'm not sure, again, I get to preview it in PowerPoint, kind of get approval for it, and that will go ahead and put that in PowerPoint and be ready for me to use if I choose to use it. All right, so great. I got that image of a dog. That's fantastic. I'll get my manager to buy off on it if that's the one they really like. And if not, we'll just keep searching for other pictures of dog, or maybe they can give me some examples. Or maybe they did give me an example. So maybe my manager says, hey, I really wish you could use an image that's like my dog, but I don't really want to use my dog, just use an image like it. So just like we had visual search on the web, the PowerPoint add-in has visual search as well. So it's a plugin. So you can go to the store right here in PowerPoint, and it's free, of course. Go to the store and search for Adobe Stock, and you can use it, add it right into your PowerPoint. All right, so let's go ahead, and that's how I did it. I just went and found it, added it in. It's free to add in. All right, so let's go ahead and go to the visual search. Just click the little camera icon. And again, I've got an image out here of my dog. And I can just go ahead and drag Lisa right in there. And what that's going to do, and I should show you the picture of what the dog looks like first. This is what my dog looks like. That's my shot, actually. And I want to find dogs that look like that. And lo and behold, this is the results that came up. I mean, they're pretty dead on. There was like a couple in here I saw that if I didn't know any better, I would have swore it was my dog. All right, so let's say we want to go with, this one's kind of cute. So let's say we want to go with that one. And I can say, go ahead and preview that or license it. If I would license it, of course, then I bought it. It's mine to use, royalty free. And there's even similar ones if I don't like, maybe it's a little too much tongue sticking out. No, they're kind of all the same. I can just get different poses of the dog looking different ways. And I kind of like the one I got. Okay, so I can go ahead and say preview that in PowerPoint or license it. And that will plop it right into PowerPoint. But here's the problem with this one. But there's a reason I picked this one. Again, it's got that background. Most photographs are going to have a background. So we can take care of that. We can click on this image. We can go into the picture format tab. And there's even a PowerPoint feature, believe it or not, remove background. I don't even have to go to Photoshop to do it. I can say remove background because most PowerPoint people aren't going to have Photoshop. And I can say, yep, give me that much of the dog, and then that's it. Background's gone. Just like that. So now I got great images for my slide presentations directly from Adobe Stock that I can license, have royalty-free use of them from now on for all my presentations. My presentations will always look better than my colleagues because I'm using great images from Stock. All right, so those are just a few of the new things. Those are the major new things available in Stock. More to come. There's always more to come in Adobe Stock because we're just getting started. We're taking this very seriously. We not only want to make it a great experience for people licensing, as we've done with all these updates, but we also want to continue improving the experience for people that are contributing. So just make it a big, happy Stock world. So with that said, I've been kind of monitoring the questions as I saw them come in, and I don't really see anything new other than the one, was it a plugin? Yes, it is. Very nice. I like it too. Stock is great. Blah, blah, blah. I don't see anything else. Okay. All right. So with that said, everybody, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in for this stream, and we will catch you on the next one, which may be tomorrow. I don't know. If not tomorrow, Monday or Tuesday next week. All right. If I don't see you tomorrow, have a great weekend. If I see you tomorrow, I'll see you tomorrow. Cheers, everybody. Take care.